Capsaicin Kid, what do you think? I think it was a great conversation.
It was a great conversation.
Nice. It was great.
The audio was a little rough on their end, poor internet service, but it's still, an awesome episode.
Yes, we often wouldn't hear the first sentence that was said, but once we got past that, we could easily get the gist of what was going on. So Aaron's a great kid. I really like talking to his mom, especially since she was a health inspector. It was a nice avenue for us.
Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
Well, I can't wait to hear what they think, and I hope everybody enjoys this episode. Welcome to Flavor Balance Heat, the podcast for hot sauce lovers and makers. I'm Spike.
I'm Zac.
And I'm Claire.
And today we're talking to AARON VAUGHN, the Capsaicin Kid, and we've got his mom, Sarah, here. Hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for doing it. I greatly appreciate it. You and I have actually never really had a conversation, even though we've been connected for quite some time now, actually.
Yeah.
Years. I mean, you've been saying stuff for years.
Yeah, since the beginning, honestly. I connected with you guys because of a friend of a friend, I guess, is how it boils down. Someone in Sedona is like, hey, have you ever heard of this kid? I'm like, no. He's like, well, somebody I know knows him. So that's how we got to connect. How old are you now, Aaron?
14.
14.
I saw your video on realizing you were 14.
He started the channel when he was 8.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It feels like a lifetime ago.
A lot's happened since then.
Yeah.
A lot.
I'm Claire George. I own Butterfly Bakery of Vermont. We make hot sauce, mustard, cookies, and granola, and 100% of our products are made with Vermont ingredients. The thing that I hear most often from people is that my hot sauce tastes like the peppers that are in it. We do really simple recipes that don't get too crazy and nitpicky, just to really accentuate the flavor of the peppers that are in there. The unique thing about our hot sauces is how much we feature the farm and the relationship with the farm and really bring the terroir of Vermont to our hot sauces. I am pretty sure I am the #1 purchaser of Vermont-grown chili peppers. I would love it if there would be a legitimate pepper market in Vermont where people would know Vermont for its peppers. We're all better for supporting each other. And I think that part really shows itself with the collaborations that I do with the other businesses and the other farms, that I love working together and coming up with new ideas and presenting each other with new challenges. And I think overall that's the attitude here. And I absolutely love it because that's my attitude. I try to live my life with love. The ingredients that I use, I would say that my values are reflected in that I use ingredients that, again, feel good, feel loving, feel supportive. The relationship with the farmer was how it all began. If I changed the reason for it being, if I went out and bought some commodity peppers, it might not be as good.
You can find Butterfly Bakery of Vermont hot sauce, mustard, granola, and cookies at butterflybakeryvt.com.
All right, Aaron. So why don't you tell us about your history with hot sauce? What got you into eating spicy things?
Well, I was 6, maybe. Because I remember exactly how I got into this. I was 6, and we were at a restaurant eating, just because we were just there eating dinner. And one of the waitresses said she would give me $0.25 if I ate one of the jalapenos that they had. And when I ate it, it actually was pretty good, and I didn't think it was spicy. So then I started wondering, is everything spicy? So I just started eating it, and I had been watching YouTube basically my whole life. So I was like, I want to be on YouTube.
So you started the Capsaicin Kid, you said, when you were 8?
Yeah.
Nice.
Did you? I didn't watch that far back. What were some of the first videos you did?
Well, the first video I did was a hot sauce pack that I got for Christmas from my sister. And what was it called?
I don't even remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Again, a lot's happened since then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I remember, I was so excited because I was like, ooh, if I get 10 subscribers, it's going to be so cool.
How many do you have now?
63,000.
Wow.
Wow.
Holy
Right?
moly.
That's
That's
incredible.
pretty cool.
Last time I checked, I don't know what it is right now.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So is that your first spicy memory?
Yeah, because I mean, I've probably tried spicy stuff before. It's just I don't really remember it.
Yeah, yeah. And then, so the reason why I asked that was that we take a listener's question, and that was actually Larry Cooper asked us to ask one of our people to ask what their first spicy memory is. So you've already done that one. So thank you.
Nice.
Aaron, have you ever considered making your own hot sauce?
I actually have been, but the main reason I haven't is because I'm 14 and have no money.
Fair enough.
Like,
Yeah.
I used to draw pictures of like t-shirts and hats that I would sell. Like, because I was like, I want money from this.
Yeah, I noticed in your video you were trying to get the place where you got that you were drinking those sodas, and you were trying to get them to sponsor you.
I was like, yeah, please sponsor me.
What would you want to put in your own sauce if you were to have one?
If I had my own hot sauce, I wanted like the same brand, same stuff, but I want 3 different types. Like, I want one that literally everybody can have and just actually eat with. One that's like, you would be like, ooh, this is an interesting one. And then one that's like, it's really hot and people will be like, ooh, I could do a challenge with this to see if I can eat it.
Nice. Are
Do you have
there
a
any
flavor
flavors? Yeah, same question. Any flavors you want to put in there?
Well, one of them I wanted to do is jalapeno because that's like the classic, just regular. And then I think like I really like when stuff is like mango habanero type stuff. I think those 2 things just really go good together because it's like sweet and spicy.
Nice. Nice.
What about the third one? The hot one, the super hot one.
With Carolina Reapers and just make it really hot.
It's just like a Carolina Reaper mash with some garlic, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds awesome. Those are 3 great choices for first hot sauces too.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Do you have any favorite? Do you have any favorite hot sauces like that you use on a regular?
And that I usually use is just Frank's Red Hot.
Nice.
I just like it because it can literally go on anything.
Nice. Do you have any hot sauces that you don't like? I've definitely watched some videos of sauces that you didn't like.
The hot sauces the only thing I don't like about some hot sauces is that like when people like make them spicy, but they make them so spicy that you can't enjoy it. Like there's no flavor. They just make it too hot. Like it's not that like it's too spicy. It's just there's no flavor in it. Like it's not even good half the time.
I noticed that when you were doing the Pocky Chip Challenge, that was what, Sarah, you said that it would be fine if it just had some decent flavor, but it was awful.
Not even good. It's just hot, which I get it. It's a challenge.
They're
but
trying
like,
to make it, but it'd be nice to have a little good flavor too.
Variety.
Yeah.
My tolerance is so much higher over the years of trying everything that he tried. I never realize how much you build up like a tolerance when you eat spicy stuff all the time.
We should really be interviewing you about your spicy journey too. I mean, your spicy totally connected with his. So do you, Sarah, do you find yourself like looking for spicy things like when you go out to eat? Do you like peruse the menu to find something maybe spicy?
I don't like spicy foods. I don't eat spicy foods, but I felt guilty, and people, they're much nicer if I say I try everything he tries, because I do almost everything he tries. I try, unless it's something basic, and I'm like, I'm not worried about that. But we got some dips the other day, and the lady gave them to me as a gift, and she's like, "Oh, this one's so spicy." It was a habanero, some sort of habanero dip, and I thought it was so good, even though it was hot. And I'm like, I've really changed.
My wife's the same way. Yeah.
It happens to the best of us.
It's go back from to less spicy foods when you're used to getting something spicy all the time. It almost tastes bland. Stuff does nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and am I correct that you're in Kansas City?
Yep. Kansas City, south of Kansas City, but real close. I work up there pretty much.
So much good spicy food there. So.
Oh yeah, a lot of different places to eat in Kansas City, and the surrounding, like the whole metro area up here, is really there's always something.
Yeah. Flavor Balance Heat, the podcast for hot sauce lovers and makers, is brought to you by Irish Spike's unique hot sauces and Vandal pepper sauces. I'm Spike, the owner and executive saucier. Our sauces are handmade in the Pacific Northwest using the best possible ingredient. We believe that hot sauce equates to a balance of sensational heat coupled with a robust and complex flavor profile. Live your hottest life with Irish Spikes. Irish Spike's unique hot sauces and Vandal pepper sauces are available at saucecult.com.
So I remember watching a video of you eating some super hot Dan Dan noodles. How hot were those Dan Dan noodles?
The noodles,
yeah. Because I remember some of them were spicy and then some of them were really good. Was that? Yeah. So
it was like you had like a news outlet cover that story or something, didn't you? And there was like this real nice video production done about it. That one?
Probably with Lisa. Our friend Lisa runs a foodie. She's local around here called Telehue Foods. That's probably the one you're talking, because her stuff is so awesome and professional. Yeah. But
she has like a camera and everything, and we shoot everything on our iPhone.
But no, those noodles,
they're good.
You eat them and like my eyebrows get hot when I eat really, like instantly my eyes will get hot.
It's hard eating spicy stuff on camera, isn't it?
Yeah, you're braver on for sure.
Oh yeah,
it's you could fake it too. You're just like, yeah, it's not so bad, and then we turn off and we're like, oh man, that actually was kind of.
The only time if something spicy really hits me is after a couple minutes afterwards, because a lot of the stuff, like, it doesn't set in immediately. So when we're done with the video, I won't even notice it until later and be like, oh, wait, hang on.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. So what's your favorite thing to put hot sauce on? What's your favorite kind of food that you want spicy?
Well, there's two things, either just like chicken, just regular chicken, or like ramen noodles.
Awesome. Yeah, I noticed. Oh, we actually have a sauce for ramen, so I'll have to send you some.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. we ramen. We like ramen. Yeah.
It's called miso habanero. It's called Angry Zen. It's a miso habanero.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Noodles are good spicy.
Yeah.
I personally have a noodle problem, but I can't really eat a whole lot right now, so make do with what I can.
So I guess it's Desert Island hot sauce, isn't it?
Already?
I think it is. Yeah,
I'm trying to like stretch it out a little bit here.
That's all right. We'll find our groove. It's all right. So I've got a question for you. I'm going to give you a whole scenario, but basically what this is, and I think you've already answered it really, but what sauce goes on on the most things? But that's my passion, like it is yours. So you're trapped on a desert island. You've been on a ship. All the stuff from the ship keeps floating on, so you can eat anything you want. It keeps floating to the shore, and there was only one type of hot sauce on the ship. What type would you want it to be? That's
probably Frank's.
Frank's? Yeah. Can you think of any other ones that you really like that might be just other types?
Maybe like sriracha.
Sriracha? Yeah. I like sriracha too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Because a lot of stuff as well.
Yeah, it does. It's one of those very versatile sauces.
I like the green hot sauces.
It's funny, like Sarah, that you mentioned that, because green sauces, I don't know about you guys, Claire, maybe you can chime in. Like, they don't really sell as well as other sauces, because
I like the Garden State or something, like flavors like that. I really like them on tacos.
We've got a few green sauces that do well, like our cilantro onion and our Ghost Verde pickle. But yeah, in general, I think people are attracted to the red color. There's natural sweetness. I feel like the green sauces have to like be spot on, and then they'll do well.
Yeah,
I feel like your green sauces and your green sauces are pretty unique. Like, Claire, you got that cilantro onion that I haven't opened yet, but I will. And then Spike, your green is like, it's just completely different than what you typically get. Like the Verde I make is pretty classic, I guess you would say.
I really like your Verde.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that. I've been using it a lot.
Yeah.
Aaron, who inspires you in the hot sauce world or just in general?
I don't really know. I've never really thought of this. I told him. Well, yeah.
So, Aaron, you get an F for not doing your homework, buddy.
Probably just my mom, my parents.
That's the best answer you can give.
Yeah. 100.
So go
I
ahead,
have some questions off topic. If you guys don't know, Aaron is a heart transplant survivor. Would that happen when he was 9 or 10?
2010, yeah.
Yeah, 2020. How has that affected your spicy eating? I noticed you haven't put out as many YouTubes on video since you had your surgery.
One of the reasons is because, like, right at that time, I started school again. So, like, during the school years, I usually am doing school, so I can't put out as many videos as I do because a lot of my videos, I put them out during, like, the summer.
Gotcha. Okay.
will you be doing any during this break?
We might actually. I actually have thought about doing, like, a Christmas one.
Yeah, we had one we hadn't released yet too. He's busy now that he's older. He does a lot of after school stuff, which during like 2020, like around that time especially when he was waiting on his heart, we were home a lot. And so it was something to do, and people sent him so much at the time. We had so much to do. I think after transplant, because it was a full 6 months from the time he got it until he started feeling normal again. And when you have your tolerance up here and then you don't eat right for like anything spicy for a full 6 months, it's little, like, it felt like we had no tolerance anymore. And before transplant, he was on really heavy steroids, and steroids affect your taste buds. They make you not be able to taste as much. And I think he really liked spicy foods at that time because he could taste them. And then after transplant, immediately, like, you're not on the heavy duty steroids, and it's like, oh, everything tastes more. Like, he likes sweet stuff now, which that used to be a big thing for him, is he didn't like sweets, and they say your tastes change after transplant, and I kind of believe it because it's been interesting. I mean, I think they have, or else he's just older and your tastes change too, but he still likes the spicy stuff, so I don't think that'll ever change.
Oh no.
But
spicy and sweet, you can't go wrong with that either. So
yes. One of the funny stories we tell is his dad was gone. He plays music, and he was gone at a gig. And so we made some habanero brownies. Like, the best brownies they were amazing.
So basically, we made like these really spicy habanero brownies. And when he came home late at night, he thought they were just regular brownies and got all excited.
He got like really dug into them. And these it was way more, like, we put way too much habanero. Like, they were in, like, you ate them for a second and then they hit you in the back of the throat. And it almost was like you couldn't breathe. And so he's, I guess, out there, we're all asleep and he's choking to death, like, bring it up still and be like, yeah, those brownies, So we just had them out.
It sounds wonderful. I'd love to. Habanero brownies sound really good.
I haven't, because honestly, the brownies themselves, like, we would put, if I made them again, we would just do less of the actual fresh, because we put, at the time, we're like, oh, the whole recipe is like a half, like, I don't think it was a whole one, maybe a half one, but, just kind of half that even. But they were the best brownies, like the actual brownie itself. I was like, man, if I just left out the habanero, these would be the best.
Really
good.
They
would have been the best brownies.
Before I like sweet stuff, I liked brownies.
Yeah,
brownies were just
brownies was the only thing he'd eat. So
Well, who doesn't love brownies?
Yeah, right. We've overdone a lot of foods on his. Like, we made fresh salsa one time, and it was way too spicy. As like, we always go way overboard. I think it was, but.
The first times I made hot sauces, everybody thought it was way too hot. And I learned to dial it back a little bit.
A little bit goes a long way.
You forget that normal people just don't like a lot of this.
Yeah.
The normies.
I feel like Claire's being a little quiet. I feel like I see your wheels. I see your wheels spinning over there, though.
I have to admit, I've been to 7 hours of parties today. Yeah. It was, my kids had a birthday party to go to, and then we had a kid and grown-up party after that. And I just raced home, threw my kids at my husband to put him to bed, and came on down here. So I'm kind of in that like glazed, I've just been, I don't even know what I've been doing. So I kind of day today. So I was going to give you a heads up that I was going to be a little tired today, but I do in fact have a question. How has it been for you guys navigating kind of that internet attention? And I know that there was a lot of media surrounding the heart transplant, and just how have you guys navigated that?
Well,
I mean, I say we live near Kansas City. We live in a very small rural area, super small school, and a lot of, I don't know, I think because he was so young, I don't really feel like it affected us that much. The first time he really got recognized somewhere, we went to Comic-Con, Planet Comic-Con here in Kansas City, and somebody came up to him and they recognized him, and that was really cool. And I feel like people at restaurants every once in a while will recognize him.
A waiter from Buffalo Wild Wings noticed me when Grandma took me there one time.
Yeah, people want pictures with him sometimes. I'm a health inspector here in this area, and on my lanyard, somebody will be like, they'll recognize him and kind of we'll talk about him, and they always want me to bring him to try. Everybody has a spicy dish on their menu, and they're always like, bring him and you can try this.
Oh, that's awesome. Holy moly. So that's great. If you make a hot sauce, you've got a health inspector to guide you through the process.
Yes. You guys like talk about like your bottling and your canning processes, because I deal with that a lot in my job, and there's always somebody who's wanting to start that. And so they always have to come to us, and we have to kind of try and guide them through, like, here's how in Missouri, here's the regulations, here's what you have to do, for distribution. And it's pretty interesting, like how that all works. I always found that really, I guess, because it's relevant to what I do. And so I'm like, they're talking about stuff I know about.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, are the state rules? I'm interested in every state rules about acidified food because they just vary so much from state to state. How are the state rules in Missouri with acidified foods?
So they're pretty strict. We don't. Some states, their cottage law allows you to make, basically anything you want. Missouri is not. You have to. It's once you go get everything they want you to do. It's kind of. I think from there, like you have to have certain training through the state, and they all have all these things. You can look up the canning school, like the certified canning school. You kind of, if you're wanting to distribute, you kind of have to start going through because I'm county level, but they require you to kind of go through the state, and you have to be doing it in a certified, like an inspected kitchen. And it's a little bit more strict. We do a lot of farmers markets, and it's the worst time when we have to go and tell somebody like, hey, you can't do any acidified. They can do jams and jellies, but they can't do, salsas and hot sauces unless they're, I have a little paper. Here you go. Here's everything you need. Here's all the numbers, you can call. And most people take one look at it and they're just like, that's a lot, but it's just one of those things, like I said,
it's actually really cool of you, because here in Arizona, like there's, again, no cottage law for acidified products, but like the local health department doesn't really know a whole lot about how to make it legal. It's kind of fun. I'm in a big Jackson County is like a big county. It's like Kansas City, not the city. I don't do Kansas City. I'm good on that. But I think we work with the state a lot. So that's probably why I feel knowledge. But I don't know. I feel like I run across it all the time. So I'm always asking, like, I want all the information. So when I'm out in the field and somebody's asking me questions, I can direct them where to go.
I love the idea that you have like a piece of paper to give them, because that is pretty. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing like that here. I mean, Spike and I went through our FDA process at the same time, and we just had to figure it out. And we would call each other and be on the phone for like.
It's just, I don't know. I'm real big on food safety. I've been doing what I do for about 6 years now. And then when Aaron got so sick, they really drilled it into us after transplant. Like, you have to be really vigilant about foodborne illness. And I felt I already know about all of it, but I actually do believe in it. I feel like he should be able to go out to eat somewhere or buy a product from somebody and not be like, oh, I hope I don't get sick because they weren't preparing it correctly, because me, I just get sick, but him, it could kill him, like getting a foodborne illness. He doesn't have an immune system hardly.
That ever come back? Will his immune system ever come back?
No. So with the transplanted heart, basically he's on medication right now that suppresses it, and they find a balance. Like, he does have some immune system. They try and, he gets labs drawn every month. Like, they look at all these numbers, making sure this number looks good. And he doesn't have, we accepted a heart that was positive for CMV, which is a virus, which everybody has pretty much, but, they check it for him. Transplant people, it can kind of really affect them. And so basically, it's always a balance. If he gets really sick, sometimes, like, he hasn't had to, knock on the wood wall. They'll bring them in and then take them off some of the meds and kind of in hospital let their own immune system wake up a little bit so it can fight off, if they have a really bad illness. We're pretty vigilant. We try and keep safe, hand washing.
I noticed in your video, you didn't drink from the same bottle when you were doing the sodas.
Yeah, no, we try. I mean, we have other kids and sometimes it's a losing battle, but I try and drill it into everybody. We just don't drink after each other or eat after each other. Yeah, he's always been the worst one, especially, but, it is what it is. He does go to public school, I'm like, he's going to get sick, and he's gotten like, colds and things like that, but he has not really had a major illness since transplant that has put him back in the hospital other than a CMV. But he didn't even have symptoms. They just kind of got labs and was like, oh my gosh, his levels are through the roof. I guess it could make you go blind. And we were like, oh my gosh. So they brought him in and put him on IV therapy for a while, but that was right after transplant. I
remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Because since then, like I said, other than he gets, checked up right. And then once a year, he'll have a big heart biopsy where they go in basically
When is it this year?
June. It's every June. They go through the leg and they'll take little samples of heart tissue and they can kind of like look at it under a microscope and you can see rejection that way. Like if the cells are being attacked basically. But so far, all his numbers have been awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
Aaron, are you sick of hospitals?
No.
That's weird.
Good. Because I don't have to do anything like go to school.
Yeah, he doesn't have school, watch TV, and I get to hang out with them. Yeah, like.
Do they make it fun? Is the hospital fun at least?
I mean, pretty much.
It's the best hospital in the whole world. If you're a kid, they don't take adults. That's probably why. It'll get how healthcare works. If you're used to the children's hospital, and then you go to if I get sick and I go to a normal hospital, I'm like, oh my gosh, everywhere is horrible. Children's Mercy is the best hospital. In Kansas City, it's the best one in the world, right?
That's awesome.
Plus, during my transplant, we figured out how to put a PlayStation on my TV, so it was nice.
Yeah, we brought up the PlayStation. And
nice.
Oh, that's great.
Quick side note, Sarah, if you'd like, I have a extra acidified foods book that I can send you.
Oh, yeah.
If you're like Claire, if you're like a code nerd, just want to read up on everything, I can send you one.
I'm a HACCP specialist in my department, which is like acidified foods is a special process. It's probably why I'm so into it, but because a lot of people want to do it. I mean, it deals with sushi a lot. We have a lot of places that do sushi, which is sushi. It's also acidified food, but canning is really interesting, and I like
sushi is one of my favorite places. While they go to like Chinese or Asian restaurants, so I love sushi.
Yeah, we eat a lot of sushi, but yeah, I love that. I always find it interesting. When we go to our big conferences, like what different places do is always kind of interesting to see.
Yeah, these would be the FDA regs because it was for better.
I train with the FDA a lot, and that's where I got my HACCP training. Was
awesome.
It sounds like Missouri's on point with their program.
Yeah,
we try and stay really like standardized with the FDA. They do good work. They know what they're talking about. We have our liaison we deal with. We just try, like I said, I'm passionate about it, so I feel like our department does pretty good with that. And we're our own little group that everyone loves it when, we show up at their restaurant or food place. I'm sure.
Oh, really? They love it?
Yeah, they love us.
Well, I love the fact that you're still willing to go out and eat because I know my old inspector, my new one doesn't say it, but my old inspector says he doesn't eat in our state. He just drives over to the next state to go out to dinner because he just scares everybody. And his wife was like, I don't want to just be scaring everybody.
There's some places that will never do that again. Even if I know like this is not even one of the places in our area, it could be perfect. I'm like, I've just done too many of this chain and they're all
I was proud. Go ahead.
No, but I say people always ask me where should I not eat? And I'm like, let me tell you where places are good to eat. Because I don't like talking bad about my places, but in my head, I'm like, oh, I could tell you. I can tell stories.
I love the health department's gossip because it's all, at least in Vermont, it's all public knowledge. And so, oh God, I get the best stories.
Yes, you can go online on our website and look at every single report we've ever done. I mean, and I was like, you should go look them up. Just read through their violations. I was like, that way, you can make your own decisions if you want to eat somewhere. Because I'm like, I don't want to talk. I know if I say something bad, that somehow it'll get back on me. Like, oh, she's talking bad about us. I'm like, no, on education. Like we don't give ratings or we don't, like pass fail. It's all like education.
That's good. That's the best way to do it. I was really proud. I was a chef, and I was proud that in our restaurant, the health department, the guy that did all the inspections, he would come into our restaurant regularly, and it was
it's your health inspector will eat.
Yeah.
Well, it was my job to put together the cleaning schedule, so I was really happy about it.
The health department here is definitely not helpful. They just come in, they look around, they give you your grade, they give you your citation if you need one, and that's it. They don't say, hey, like, there's no guidance here. They're just out to like screw people, it feels like, where I'm at anyway.
Not to be like, nobody's ever going to learn or change if they don't know why something is a violation or why it makes people sick. And so we're really big on like, here's a violation, here's why it is, here's, we want to correct it. If you do well on your health inspections, your business does better. Like, it's proven, like, if you follow, health guidelines, you're going to have better business. I always try and word it like, this is for you guys, you guys will get more money.
So let's see here where we at. Zach, I was going to say, I think the next thing is hot takes.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So do you have any hot takes
I don't think,
about hot sauce?
Yeah.
I bet you he does.
It's like what I said before. I already said this, but I'm going to go more in depth about like people that make their hot sauces not good. They don't make them like tasty. They don't give them flavor. They just put heat in them. Like, I understand that you're trying to make like a hot sauce that's supposed to be really hot and stuff, but make it where people can at least put it in their food or like eat it.
I agree. That's why we named our podcast Flavor Balance Heat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like there needs to be a balance between like flavor and spiciness. Because I'm gonna buy if I want to buy your product more than one time, I need to know that I can just eat it from time to time and not just buy it once for challenge, try it, and then never buy the product again.
We go through a lot of hot sauce, and some, we will never eat again. And
I've even said it in my videos, like, no.
He's pretty honest, we've had.
Yeah, he's honest.
Little, especially because he had no shit. He was just like, this is awful.
And I still don't.
Yeah, he's pretty. Some of it doesn't taste good. It's just
like
hot.
Like I went to like it was like a town square like thing where they had like the the booth set up with the food, and these people had like a salsa, and some of them are really good, and then some of them I spit in the trash can right in front of them because it was disgusting.
Yeah,
I get it.
But some of them were really good.
So, not really off topic, but I know you guys, after his surgery, I know you guys got like a plethora of hot sauce sent to you.
Some of it went bad before we could even try it because there's only so many hot sauces in a row. I mean, boxes and boxes and boxes of them, which is awesome. We've still got some in there because I'll have to go through them and be like, it's been 2 years, like, and we just haven't even made it through them, but some hot sauce kits sent to us, and we were talking about maybe trying to make them, but
because we have like things that and like step by step of how to make your own hot sauce with like just ingredients you could buy at Walmart and stuff.
That's awesome.
So do you want some glass? I can send you some glass and some caps.
All came with a few bottles. I'm all scared of accidentally giving botulism. I'm
afraid to get sick or die. So
yeah, I'll send you this book, and a few bottles isn't going to cut it. As soon as you make your first batch of sauce, you're going to be thinking about the next one.
Yeah,
it happens to all of us. So, do you bring a hot sauce for a hot sauce show and tell there, Mr. Aaron?
He kind of already showed.
Yeah. The one I brought was just this one.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with Frank's. It's a standard.
And this is the original. There's hotter. Like,
don't let Spike fool you. It's just not his favorite.
It's salty. It's a little on the salty side.
It is salty,
but it's not bad.
It's a condiment.
Yeah. Condiment.
Not my favorite. I don't like that. He eats hot wings a lot, and I don't like the vinegary buffalo. I actually think that's like the worst flavor, but he loves that flavor. But that's Frank's.
I'm with you, Aaron. I like the vinegary spice, and I love buffalo sauce is like one of my favorite. If I'm at a restaurant, just generic flavor. I really enjoy buffalo.
Well, I think once you add the butter in it, it really does change it quite a bit.
Yes.
Yeah. is that we make our own a lot because it's easy. You know, you just kind of mix up a big batch of Frank's and the butter, and yeah.
Mm. We're talking
Did you
about
guys
things
bring
that
any-
I can't eat.
Did you guys bring any show and tell?
Yeah, we're on the hot sauce show and tell, and I do not have a hot sauce.
Do you want to go get one real quick, Zach?
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
All right. I'll wait to show mine. Claire, you
Yep,
brought yours?
I got one.
Okay.
Yep,
We'll wait until
yep.
Zach gets
We'll
back
wait.
and I'll just add to
Yeah.
this part.
I didn't bring one either.
But so, Sarah, what's I should wait until Zach gets back, but I'd actually what's your favorite hot sauce?
So there's a couple. I really like dill pickle flavor. So any of the hot sauces with that dill flavor, I really like those. I like them on deviled eggs. I like them on basically everything. Sometimes we'll fry up like fried like bottle caps, you know, like we've done. It's been a while. We had a fried daddy for a while. I melted it, but for a while we were frying up lots of stuff, and it's really good to dip. And I also like there used to be a local guy in Kansas City. He actually kind of closed a shop down called Common Descent, and he made it was called Stone Cold, and it was the best, like honey flavored the hot sauce. My husband, he just to die for, it was the best. And he made Aaron a sauce. Even I have one little bottle I saved, and it was like a lime flavored hot sauce that was really good. I guess I kind of like that direction, you know, kind of the
Green.
Yeah, I do. I like green hot sauces. I don't know. I'm weird, I guess. I didn't realize they weren't big sellers. I just assumed everyone likes what I like, you know.
Red's original, and everyone likes
That's true.
You know, green has a lot of green sauces. They have like a grassy note to them.
Yeah, I don't know why. I didn't realize I'm
Hmm.
saying all these sauces. I'm like, oh, they're all like green kind of sauces, I guess.
I should send you guys some of our Ghost Verde pickle. It's a dill pickle, jalapeno with like a little bit of ghost on top of it.
I like that. And yeah, I like jalapenos, just the basic, you know.
Cilantro, lime.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, cilantro onion is what I meant to say. Onion.
Yeah.
Claire's
Oh yeah, there you go.
is fantastic. It's one of my favorites, and it's not over the top spicy. It is really tasty.
Yeah, I'd probably,
Yeah, that's jalapeno.
one of those. I'll eat cilantro. Some people, you know, they think it's gross.
I'm not a cilantro fan, so trying the sauce is
He says it tastes like soap.
tastes like
Aaron does?
No, do you like cilantro?
I love cilantro.
Yeah, we're cilantro. His dad.
Grandma
his dad's
grows
always-
it.
Yeah.
What was it? 1 out of every 10 people. Taste
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
It surprised me because my husband's like,
Grandma grows cilantro.
Yeah, she make us
She
fresh
lets,
pico
she lets me cut it, like off the.
the stem.
So here's the thing. I don't dislike cilantro if it's cooked into something.
Yeah.
However, fresh cilantro on like tacos or a banh mi sandwich, not my jam.
Yum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I said last time I like the cilantro flavor so much I'll eat the stems first.
Yeah. Yum.
Yeah. What'd you bring, Spike?
I brought
Claire.
I brought this, and I actually got a couple bottles for you guys, although Claire, I'm not sure if you can eat it. But we were talking about this last week. This is have you ever had this, Aaron? It's Yucateco, El Yucateco. It's the green habanero.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
blurry as shit.
It's a delicious sauce. And normally green habaneros, I know Claire was saying,
Yeah.
this sauce is wonderful. And it made me think of you because they put a lot of stuff in this that is not good. I
Like
mean, really,
food coloring.
like everything you shouldn't put in a sauce, they put in there. They've got sodium benzoate, potassium sorbate. They've got yellow and blue to make it more green. It's got everything that you shouldn't have. And on top of that, they had I forget where it's made, but I think it's in, where does it say? Well, I remember reading, it's made in Mexico. The area of Mexico where it's at, they tested the water, and there was lead in the water and in the sauce. And then they retested it like a week later, and somehow miraculously, or something like that, it was gone and it was fine. It's like, but I still eat it every once in a while. I treat myself to it. And but yeah,
You're really selling that sauce, I have to say.
Yeah, I know, right?
it's
I think we
Really making me want to try it.
so let's put it this way. This was the bottle I bought for myself, and it's almost gone. That was 3 days ago. It's a
Wow.
really good sauce.
Wow.
So
there
I'm gonna-
used to be a local company here called Poblano, and I don't even want to tell you about their process, man. Anyway, they made a green sauce that had all the BS in it, the sodium benzoate and the yellow and the blue. I used to love that stuff.
Yeah, it's like it's like a Chicago dog without the neon green relish. It's not the same.
So
turned it way up. I saw some of your podcasts where you guys really you talk about what people are putting in these hot sauces, and I found it really interesting because I never really looked at other than like what pepper is in this. Me and him would kind of. So it's interesting to see, hear you guys talk about it a little bit. Like, oh, we don't like. He's messing with my life. I never really thought about hot sauces being like natural or all these added ingredients. Yeah, additives for different reasons and things like that. So it's interesting, kind of just different processes people use.
Well, and especially any hot sauce that's going to be on like a counter in a restaurant that's going to be sitting out, it needs to be able to fight off whatever happens to land in that open bottle.
Yeah.
So
we had issues with our green because people were in restaurants were using it and they were refilling them, and we had to put on our bottles, do not refill.
Yeah. I mean, because we try and really pay attention when people send, like, does it need to be refrigerated? Like that always tells me like, oh, this is something that'll go bad,
You can literally make it.
Yeah, see that? Frank's Red Hot doesn't have like anything in it.
I can literally just make this at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
The pH on that is super low, meaning it's super, super, super acidic.
Yeah, it's probably a higher percentage vinegar and powders. Yeah. I think it's cayenne, right? I think Frank's is cayenne.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get a little taste. Sorry, I kind of got us on a tangent. I'm a talker.
You're good.
Try and rein it in.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're okay. You're okay. As long as this.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh no, go ahead.
You're talking our language.
Yeah.
When we hit the two.
Oh, the podcast. Once I found you guys and you sent it to me, I listen when I'm working. All I do is drive around listening to stuff, and I do podcasts, a lot of books, but I listen to all the podcasts.
Yeah, as long as we're like not at hour 2 and still like going strong with the conversation, then we're good. Which does happen.
It absolutely does.
I made sure to eat
his videos. People want them shorter, so we try and always keep them short. You keep people's kids' attention spans are like this,
Yeah. Last week I got a little hangry, so I made sure to eat before we got on camera today.
That's good.
You were so done at the end of last week.
I was so hungry and irritated, and like.
And I remember there was something you were going to talk to us about, but then you were like, "I need to just go eat," and you never did.
Yeah, I'm a turd.
Well, I like right in the middle of it. He goes, "Guys, we got to stop. I'm hungry."
Yeah. Hey, I'm on a very limited diet right now. Like I just had all my teeth removed just because.
I'm following that.
God, I'm hungry.
Oh, now you're hungry. Talking about it.
Just swing the hot sauce. Swing the Franks right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're doing hot sauce show and tell. So I am breaking the rules again, and I brought some Butterfly Blade Bakery.
So you're gonna say you love it, right, Zach? You don't have to.
I will preface this with I hate cilantro, and it's called cilantro onion. However, I will step outside of my comfort zone. I may love it, I may not. But
I'm proud of you for stepping out of your comfort zone.
It's nothing against you. I'm not a cilantro fan. If I do not like this, bet Dana will eat the shit out. Pardon the language. You
were allowed to not like it.
Sure, I sent you some stuff that you didn't.
I've really enjoyed it. They're all sitting on my table, which is not where your hot sauce usually lives in my house.
Daddy.
I don't hate it. It's not very cilantro forward, which makes me happy because you can taste the cilantro.
Or it's good cilantro.
If you're
maybe
tasting it, like what's 1 to 10, like the flavor rating.
What's that?
You gotta if you're trying something with AARON on, you gotta rate it like 1 to 10 a flavor rating.
Flavor, spiciness.
Yeah, flavor and then spiciness. 1 to 10.
I don't. That's AARON's thing. I don't give flavor rating.
I will tell you that it's a 10. It really is.
It's really good for being called cilantro. Anything, it is freaking delicious.
I will tell you, it's my desert island hot sauce.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
It is really versatile, and it is really good cilantro too. That is a reality of our sauce. We spend a stupid amount of money on ingredients, and our ingredients are awesome. So
So if you have not had anything from Claire has Butterfly Bakery of Vermont, and they're what they do is source all of their ingredients from local farms.
Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
pretty badass.
Like 100%. It's our freezer is larger than my house. It's a 2,000 square foot freezer with 11-foot ceilings.
You drive a forklift in there.
Yep, you can.
That's awesome.
And I've got my hot sauce. The not my hot sauce, but I brought Angry Goat's blistered shishito. And this one surprised me, and I've never been a big shishito fan, just as the pepper, and they're really big in Vermont, and I've always just been like, oh, that's a New England spicy thing, and it's not good. And this was really good sauce. It's got garlic. It's I think it's the blistering of the shishitos, the blackening it, distilled vinegar, which I've always just really enjoyed, maple syrup. Like this is a really nice one. Yeah, it's just a really nice balance, and it definitely made me feel like I want to make things with shishitos, which, like I said, grow really well in Vermont, and everybody loves them. And I've just been poo-pooing them, obviously unnecessarily.
Poo-pooing.
Do you guys have any questions for us?
Did you have any questions?
Not really.
Yeah, we're not ever good with questions.
I've got a quick question for Aaron. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Well,
Saucier, duh.
yeah, this is actually a very interesting question because I have a lot of things that I want to do. Because I actually right now am thinking of just doing car mechanic.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
And then I thought of right after high school, I've actually been dwelling on this for a while. I thought of just legitimately just living out in the woods off the grid for 10 years.
I mean, that's a good choice too.
All of us think about that about once every so often.
Once a week?
Yeah. Once a day.
Once every 12 hours.
I don't know. I'm in Vermont. I basically do live in the woods, just not by myself. So at some point, if we ever do this podcast when it's daylight, maybe during the summer, I can show you guys my backyard. My backyard is just it's a brook and woods, and there's deer and turkeys, and you can literally camp in my backyard. And I have friends who come and visit and just say, I'm going to be in your backyard. I'll let you know when I need to come in and pee. So
You're making me homesick, Claire. So, why auto mechanics, Aaron? What about cars excites you?
I do a lot. I actually I've changed a tire before, and it seemed pretty easy. It's just I'm not that strong, so some parts I need help with. And I changed an entire battery.
That's what they did yesterday.
Yeah, I changed a car battery, and the worst part was that the battery was heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everything, it just seems interesting. I was like, it's when you look at it, it seems pretty hard, but if you just, it doesn't when you're doing it, it's not really that hard to do stuff.
Do you ever look up YouTube videos on how to fix cars?
No, but I've seen a lot, just clips of people doing it. Like when you look at somebody replacing something, it seems so hard, but when you actually do it, it's pretty easy. If you the only part about doing stuff on a car is just unscrewing and screwing stuff back in. It's really
I feel like it really started. We just started having him help do the car stuff. Like we changed the brake pads and
changed
stuff like that. So I think he was like, "Oh, this is kind of interesting."
Because the only thing that I don't think people understand about cars is that really the only thing that people really do is just screw, take out, and put new stuff in and screw it back up. Basically, that's literally everything about a car.
Well, you got to diagnose it. So hi, my name's Zach. I call myself Zach of all trades because I've done a little bit of everything. I went to school for auto mechanics. So I've also done everything construction related. I've had so many jobs. I've been line cook. Yeah, you name it. I've done it. So don't limit yourself to one thing. Just find what sets your soul on fire.
That's what Dad said.
He changes his mind
a lot.
Yeah.
My
Change
kids
my mind
do
every
too.
day.
Yeah.
you're at the age you're allowed to change your mind. And when you become a grown-up, you can still change your mind.
Yeah. I was going to say both of my kids are adults and they're both changed their mind often.
I used to be a computer programmer. So
Yeah.
So I have a request, Aaron. Can you teach us your sign off to do for our podcast today?
Like the end of
Yeah.
When I do sign offs and stuff, I actually when I first did it, I really wanted to think of something catchy because, I mean, who wouldn't want to do something catchy? So I was just thinking, I was like, what's spicy? And then I was like, yeah, you know, I just basically put what I say in the intro with something catchy and just mix it all together. So it's like regular, like if somebody's just regular doing a video, they'll say like, that's all for this video. So it'll be like, that'll be all for this video. Please leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notified when I come out with new videos. And I'll see you guys later. Spicy later, y'all.
That's the part. I couldn't figure out how to say that.
Yeah.
See you later, y'all.
Oh, spicy later, y'all. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that. That's great.
So let's try and do this. Do you guys want to do a practice run first, or you just want to do it?
Are we saying it all at the same time?
Yeah,
or are
let's
we
say it all at the same time.
See you later.
All right, you ready? I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Spicy later, y'all.
Spicy later, y'all.
Claire's got a delay because she's so far away.
No, you had a delay. I
Yeah.
heard you were after me.
That's funny. I don't know. I think we're all delayed at different rates.
Yeah, probably.
All right,
Yeah.
let's try it one more time and then we'll call it. You ready?
Get a
1.
point too, like this.
Oh yeah, we got a
Yeah.
point, huh? I forgot about that. There we go. All right. 1, 2, 3. Spicy later,
Spicy
y'all.
later,
y'all.
Awesome.
That was pretty good. That was good.
That was good.
All right, y'all have a good one now. Thank you so much.
Really nice meeting you guys.
Thanks.
Later, guys.
Flavor Balance Heat, the podcast for hot sauce lovers and makers, was brought to you by Butterfly Bakery of Vermont, High Desert Sauce Co., and Irish Spike's unique hot sauces and Vandal pepper sauces. This has been a Spike Mine Media production.